Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, our YouTube and Facebook pages. I am at the Boyne Golf Academy with Director of Golf Joe Charles, a much more taller and handsome guy than me. If you remember a few weeks ago, I came out pleading with Joe to increase some distance in my swing. And you gave me some drills that I have been really religiously working on. We're trying to get a bigger shoulder turn to get the club farther behind me to generate a little bit more acceleration.
Yeah.
And what did that lead to?
It led to you turning your shoulders more, but not turning other parts of your body.
Yeah.
So turn comes from shoulders, hips, and then we could argue ankles, knees, some of the other joints in the body. And you are really maximizing these big shoulder turn, of you. You're developing torque in your upper body. But we need to feel those hips turning a little bit more.
So the bottom half has got to generate
some rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you say? My hips and legs were in concrete?
Yeah, you're kind of locked in concrete. And you kind of liked that feeling because you felt more stable and secure. But the problem is then, you've got long legs and you kind of try to produce a pretty wide stance. Us tall guys like that.
Yeah.
And that inhibits rotation a little bit.
Yeah, and so you walked me through a couple of things. Hopefully we can kind of recreate it on video here. So let's just go through that for a second, Joe. Originally when I was over the ball, wide legs. When I'm turning the club back, now I'm starting to think about this a little bit more already.
Yeah. So you probably feel like as you do that, your right knee probably straightens just ever so gently, and the left knee flexes a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're starting to loosen that up a little bit.
Is that the proper leg work?
As the hips turn, the hips
so
turn
and
they tilt slightly.
Yeah, so I want to bring this knee in more, and this has got to go back.
A little bit. Your trail hip is going to go back and up as you make that backswing.
All right.
There. Okay. So we're slightly more narrow, just ever so gently in the stance. You're flaring that right toe just a little bit to open up that trail hip a little bit.
Kind of like that?
Yep. And we're feeling that hip rotation. So go ahead and go to a backswing without hitting a ball here.
Right.
Yep. So we're just going to, there you go. You feel that? I can see it loosening up a little bit right there as you do that.
Well, I was also in the car for an hour and a half, folks, and I'm 67 years old. So.
And as we do this, we're trying to promote kind of an in-to-out path, which is going to help you with a draw.
So when I push this knee away, it kind of pushes it in behind me already.
That's going to make your hips turn more. Yeah.
Right. Let's see if we can hit one of these.
That's not bad under the gun right there.
Yeah, but the others,
they had a little more draw to them.
Yep.
Let's tee that just a little bit higher.
All right.
And if we take these lines on our Callaway golf balls, shout out to Callaway, one of my sponsors. Okay.
Can you give them a phone call? We'd love to have them on this show.
I could probably arrange that, actually. So you see how I lined that practice logo up? So kind of for that in-to-out path that we're working on there?
You can't see this on a video and of course, on radio. But Joe's taken the lines and he's pushed it so it's not straight down the target line. It's about 20 degrees to the right.
Right, to visualize that path that we're aspiring for.
Yeah, kind of think about it. You don't really see this much on a tee box as you do on a putting green.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to line it up on a tee box like that. Yeah.
Well, and there's so many more balls being manufactured that have the alignment marks. So
there's our draw.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That, as they say, that dog will eat right there.
Jesus. That looked like about 470 yards. God, I hope my Epson Pro sees a couple of those. Right?
Yeah.
Because she's going to be playing the back tees, and because I'm over 65.
Oh, you get to play up a little bit.
That's right.
I think I would like you as my teammate on a scramble playing a forward tee.
Well, we played with Leah John last year, and she ended up winning the last event, and then she made it through Q School, and she's playing on the LPGA this year. And even playing a lot of times 30 and 40 yards in front of her, she outdrove me on all the 2 holes.
Got it up to you, yeah.
I mean,
they're good athletes. You can see some of them for our listeners and viewers. They're warming up behind us back here.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. And if Joe gets me completely straightened out, and over the decade, I guess I should be coming more often.
Potentially, yeah.
Because we started this whole journey when you were at Treetops.
Yeah, which was a little bit closer drive for you back then.
Back then it was.
Yeah, so in to out, turn those hips.
Oh, baby.
That's a completely different golf shot right there.
Yes. That even felt good.
Yeah.
That didn't feel like before we started filming this, the first couple felt wildly out of, what are you doing?
Right.
That actually even felt right.
And let's face it, your goal right now is more distance, right? You want to hit the ball a little bit further, maybe more consistent. To me, a little bit of a draw pattern is going to help you achieve that.
That is why this guy is the director of golf instruction here, is because he knows what the hell he's doing, even with a hack like me.
I love how you're lining that line up right there.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good swing key.
And you feel how as your trail hit moves out of the way, you can get the club a little bit more to the inside.
And the other thing, Joe, is, like when I first started doing the shoulder exercises, and you had me doing that thing against the wall, and then bringing the club all the way up so the club would hit the wall. Okay, so because when I came here a month ago or so, I mean, you showed me the video, and I wasn't taking the club very far back.
Well, and as we always say, feel is not real. Where you actually had it isn't where you thought you had it, right?
But what I was leading to is that even when I was doing all those drills, I was feeling a little tugs in some portions of my body. This kind of relieves that.
Yeah, it's going to put, we call the X factor stretch. Jim McLean developed that term a long time ago. So you're actually probably reducing X factor stretch, but you're increasing total turn at the top.
Yeah, no, it's a crazy thing, this golf swing.
Yeah. It's just a little thin, but it has the right pattern on it. Now, as you start swinging more in to out,
that's because I really swung fast on the downswing.
That's okay. As you start to swing a little more in to out like that, that produces what we call shallowing of the golf club. You'll actually start hitting up on it more. I think you'll be able to tee the ball a little higher than you normally would.
We mentioned that, and this is kind of teed low right now.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, and I remember a long time ago when we first started getting these, the big Berthas and everything else, that was one of the first things, the insider tip was you got to tee
it a little higher.
Tee it a little higher.
Those deeper
tee it high and let it fly. I haven't heard that phrase in quite some time. But.
Yeah. Turn those hips, hit the inside of the ball. There we go. Now it's in the air again.
Scotty Scheffler can kiss my hairy butt. All right.
Good job. You're ready for your Pro-Am today.
Yeah, maybe so.
Have some fun with that.
Yeah.
I got 7 ladies for my ladies golf school I got to run over and take care of.
I know it's a tough job that you have.
Yeah, well, not everybody can keep the ladies happy the way I can. That's
what it said in your locker at high school.
Yeah, that's right.
So what we just talked about, is there a drill I should follow up with? Or is this more of a on-the-ball kind of thing?
So I like you continuing to do those wall drills. The other one that I kind of like is if you take your golf club and you put it kind of on mid-thigh right here and create some posture. What we're trying to do is get that shaft to turn a little bit. Okay, you said it feels like your left knee moves in a little bit.
Right.
If we can get that to about 45 degrees of rotation, you're hitting one of those.
Now let me ask you a question. Right you're a golf instructor, a really good player. Your foot does not come off the ground.
Well, it depends on what type of physical, ability you have to rotate. So different people have different range of motion that they're capable of.
I don't think I can do this now without that.
So if you have to release that heel a little bit, that's okay. Nicholas did pretty good doing that.
Yeah, Jack did okay with it.
Career. So I think that's going to give you, like you said, a little bit of less pressure on your back as you turn those hips better.
All right. So as long as we're talking and we've got like a minute or so left, well, I want to talk about the Golf Academy. We just ran into J.R. Roth.
Yeah.
Great player and a great teacher, which is unusual.
Yeah.
You don't really see, that's kind of a downfall. Great players usually are not great teachers.
Yeah, he has an ability, and all of our staff does, to communicate to different types of players in a way that makes it feel like they can achieve some of this stuff where, he's such a good player, and some of our other guys are as well, that, sometimes they speak a language that normal people don't understand. But our good instructors have a way to communicate better like that.
JR's gift, and this is not him talking, this is Dan Pohl. They were teammates at Arizona. Dan's will be on the show today talking about the U.S. Open. But Dan said that JR's superpower is he gets the ball in the hole. He doesn't do anything fabulous, right?
Yeah.
He just gets the ball in as quickly as possible. So if he didn't drive it great, he's going to figure out what to do with that next shot, and that's kind of I don't know how, he can teach that though. He gets you into that mindset.
Yeah, he does. We had our pro shootout here for Country Club of Boyne, where we have all the pros play, and it's kind of a shootout where you play 4 holes and eliminate a couple guys every hole. And all of our members are watching this past week. And who do you think won it? JR. I call it his annuity every year he's got coming in. So
yeah, he has one of those uncanny knacks of running in a 12-footer when he has to have it, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I want to ask you is, as you know, and we're going to film some of this coming up, the Epson Pro-Am. I don't know who I'm playing with yet. I'm playing with another gentleman that's my age who hits it pretty good, and then Dean Bach, who played with us last year. He kills it, but he's all over the map. Anyways, long story short, when you got to play in a scramble like this, we all get invited to them. What is your typical? Because people want to hit all these hero shots, right?
Yeah.
So, and that can end up messing your game up.
So my philosophy is, and especially it sounds like you're going to have the opportunity to do this, maybe tee off first if you can. Tee off in the first 1 or 2, takes the pressure off a little bit. When you're the last player to hit, and nobody's hit it in the fairway yet, changes mentally the way you're thinking about some things.
That's true. In a 2-man scramble, I always used to hit second.
Yeah.
Just because generally speaking, back in the day, I was the better of the 2 guys that I played with. So you didn't want to hit a bad shot and then screw your partner's head up.
Yeah.
So and make putts, I think, is probably the other.
Make putts, yeah.
Yeah, if you can make a lot of Roth 12-footers, you're going to be the hero of your scramble group.
Yeah, you're going to, pay your way, that's for sure. So,
all right, Joe Charles, you are the best.
Yeah, my pleasure.
We will be back after these words from our. And let's just give the quick rundown on the Boyne Golf Academy. How do they get a hold of you? I know you've been busy as hell. It was hard to find this hour. I had to get here at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So, BoyneGolf.com.
Yep.
Thank you for repping the hat today.
Yep.
Click on Golf Academy. You can see everything that we offer. We still have room for private golf lessons, and we still have some golf schools available for the rest of the year. So check it out, and hopefully we can help you like we've helped Jerry here.
Yeah, he did. He's always helping me out. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com.
Ian Murphy from the Iron Pig here. We spent a lot of time reinventing our space in downtown Gaylord. How long has it been since you were really excited about a cocktail and dining experience? Visit Prohibition on Main Street in Gaylord, open 4 to 10 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. The adventure begins as soon as you walk in the door. Magical house-made cocktails, unique and savory small plates you won't find anywhere else. Explore Prohibition.com and seriously shake up your social life.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
Grandview Golf Club in Kalkaska has set the standard for the best value golf in northern Michigan. Grandview has all the amazing golf vistas you expect in the pricey resorts without the pricey. Incredible season membership rates and ladies and men's leagues are now forming. Visit GrandviewGolfNorth.com to play your new favorite track. The newly renovated clubhouse with full bar and simulators is open and makes Grandview Golf Club an unforgettable golf experience. Call 231-258-3244 to play today.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY. Our YouTube and Facebook pages, continuing our visit to Boyne Golf here at the Heathers and the Highlands. Josh Richter, Director of Golf here at Boyne. And, this Epson Tour has arrived here. We weren't really sure what was going to happen in year one, right? And it's turned out to be a pretty good, big success. And
Yeah, it was the best new event on the Epson Tour last year. So we're very humbled by that and the partnership with Great Lakes Sports Commission. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, it's I was lucky enough to play in the Pro-Am last year with Leah John, who ended up making it through Q School, and she's playing on the LPGA Tour. I've stayed in contact with her. She's a lovely gal, and that's one of the things that I saw. When we had the post-round cocktail party and the dinner, these gals are not only are they working their tails off, but they're just all really nice young ladies.
They really are. They're great ambassadors for the sport.
Yeah.
And that was something that I was super impressed by. Not surprised, but impressed by. And we were talking last night at the Meet the Players party,
right,
that the top 10 finishers from the event here last year are all playing on the LPGA Tour now, which is really awesome.
It's pretty incredible. And what's really incredible is I get to play the fantastic Heathers golf course. I talked to a gal who played in it last year a couple weeks ago on the show, and the Heathers is the one that started it all off, right?
Correct, yes.
But these gals play all over the place, and she was just so effusive in how different the routing was. For a golf course that's been,
60 years.
60 years now, man, it really holds up.
It sure does. I mean, we talk about all the time, this is where it started, right? And
right.
This is the one we still, as we, whether we build a new golf course or we renovate, we still compare everything to the Heather. And it's stood the test of time. It's a great championship venue, whether it be the Epson this week or it be, Michigan Amateur, AJGA, or many other events that we've hosted. So
we've got the 18th green right here, a fantastic finishing hole. This is where the VIPs in the tent here, I can't actually see it on the video, and I'm not going to pan the camera, but for just $5, people can come out and watch this tournament, get as close as you possibly can to the players. The VIP experience is a wonderful opportunity to do this at a price point that you can live with, as opposed to.
It sure is. And another thing about the Heather that I think is really awesome is it's really great for watching golf. Whether we're in the VIP tent here, we can watch down 10, we can watch them come up 9, we can see over tee shots on 8, of course 18. It's really a great spot, and you can see a lot of things, easy to get around, and it just makes for a total experience here for participants and players alike.
what you just said. That's why you hold a lot of tournaments here.
Yes.
And most of these gals are with their families. They're staying in the hotel. That's another thing that was brought up a number of times. It doesn't always happen this way for these Epson ladies to be able to stay on property. We were out at the academy with Joe, and a lot of the girls were out there working on their games already. So, you just Boyne just always seems to have everything you need, no matter whether it's a tournament or a big group or just two buddies going out and playing.
It sure does. We talk about this all the time. It starts with the product, right? The golf course, and then the marketing efforts, the sales efforts, the team here. Whether it be the agronomy team or be the golf shop team, they do an incredible job to create a 360 experience that's worthwhile.
So, talk about, since let's move off the Heathers for a little bit. The whole array of courses, Ken and I have talked about this for many, many years, but it's just so true that, when you play resort courses in northern Michigan, there's a ton of great golf courses here. We're blessed to have them. But it just seems like the courses all have a familiar feel, but that's not. You get a different experience on every single track of the 10 tracks and the Doombreak course.
You sure do. I mean, our biggest part of our story is talking about variety, but also consistency. So, whether you're playing the Heather, or you're over on the Donald Ross Memorial, you go down to the Alpine or Bay Harbor Golf Club, the golf course conditions are very consistent, which creates a wonderful experience over the course of, what we hope is many rounds that somebody plays when they're with us.
Well, that's 100%. But I'm talking about, like when you come up and play here and you're like, wow, the Ross is totally different than the Moore, which is totally different than Crooked Tree.
Correct.
And that's what is like the added special secret sauce of Boyne.
Correct. Yeah, the variety. The Parkland Golf Course, the Ross Memorial with the different places that that we picked holes from, the Arthur Hills with this big change in elevation and the vastness of it. Bay Harbor going on a quarry and working your way through the old cement quarry, the links along the lake, or Boyne Mountain, just mountain golf course, tons of change in elevation, going down to Deer Lake. It's just beautiful places.
Yeah, and when you add that into, like you said, the consistency of the product, the way that the greens are always perfectly manicured, the traps always seem to be great. It's a problem in resort northern Michigan golf because a lot of the traps are cut into the hills and they're hard to maintain, but you guys always seem to do a great job with that.
We take a ton of pride in it, and we know that that's why you come initially is for the golf course, and we have a set of standards, and the team works really hard to meet those. Then,
just pulling it all full circle, the lodging choices are amazing, and that's one thing that you get feedback. I get feedback from guys that come up here and hey, we stayed in a condo this time. And it was gorgeous, instead of sharing hotel rooms, you can fit about any group of any size, anywhere into whatever type of arrangement they want to have.
Yes, that's one of the fun things. We have these wonderful guest service agents in our call center, and we talk about it from the standpoint of you got a picture in your head of what your ideal golf vacation is, and you tell us what that is, and we make it happen. Whatever the room type is, whatever the types of courses you want to play, what F&B things you want to have to complement that, and we're really proud of the job that they do to take your dream and make it a reality.
And by the way, there's a lot of great stuff to do around here that's not on property, right?
That's right. That's right. We have to pinch ourselves sometimes living here, right?
Yep.
It's an incredible place to live, and the boutique cities, as I like to say, with the shopping and the dining and lakeside, whether it be in Harbor Springs, Petoskey, Boyne City, it's a perfect complement while you're up here enjoying a golf experience, which may be what ultimately led you here.
Or just a true overall experience.
Yes, right.
Whether you're going to play golf, you're going to do some sightseeing, you got all the great wineries. A ton of people go to Mackinac Island while they're here, and it just. I hate to be a shill, but it's really easy to be a shill for Boyne Golf, and I know you feel the same way.
Yeah, and we appreciate it, Jerry, and you coming and spending time with us again, and and being a fan and being an ambassador for us.
Well,
Appreciate it a lot.
It's like I said, it's super easy to be a fan. We're going to miss this fella over here.
We sure are.
Yeah. But,
we sure are, but he's got his fingerprints all over the place, and we'll, with our new director of golf sales and marketing, T.R. Hollis, he's going to carry that torch and continue to move us along.
The one thing I'm worried about, Josh, is he going to get better at golf now and end up beating me?
Seeing him get out of his new motorhome this morning, I'm not sure how golf centric it's going to be as he gets into his retirement years.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, he's been incredible for us. He's taken us to places that we dreamed of a decade plus ago when he joined Boyne Golf, and we're forever grateful.
Does he get a special parking pass? Like, will I see the motorhome between the 5th and 6th?
He's probably not on that part, but he's going to have access to all the golf he can play whenever he's in town. So,
Josh Richter from Boyne Golf.
Appreciate it, Jerry.
No, thank you. It's I can't wait to play today. I know the guys in my group that I put together are super excited. One of them played last year, and I'm like, hey, Dino, you want to play? They're like, what, are you kidding me? So,
well, that's great, and that's the stuff that we get so excited about is you come here the first time and then you become a loyalist, and we're extremely humbled by that support.
I can't get out of here without because I can hear Ken just whispering in my ear. Booking for 27 already.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yep. We started booking for 27 in early May, and it used to be always book now for the best price, and now it's really book now to get your tee times, book now to get the room you want, and if you don't get on it quick, that might not be available.
Yeah, so. I know weekends for 2026 are tough, especially for bigger groups. Midday still. You can get a group of 25 in here, you play them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that kind of thing, but that's going to check with your agents, and they might find you a spot. But, hey, Highline Resort Golf is super busy, and Boyne is right there. They keep winning all the awards, and that's why the tee sheets are full.
Yeah, it's incredible, really. I mean, again, we pinch ourselves sometimes, but we also aren't resting on our laurels of it's just going to happen. We're continuing to reinvest and continuing to get better.
That's really, I was going to close, but you guys are always reinvesting. I had Ray Hearn on last week, and he's always talking about that. I wouldn't have never even met Ray if it hadn't been my association with Ken and Boyne, and now he's a regular member of the show. But for all the golf clients he has, he praises you guys the most for your forward vision. We got to take a look 5 years down the road, because if you don't, you get caught with your pants around your ankles. And
that's right. And the tremendous vision that starts with our CEO Stephen Kircher and Bernie, for being here nearly 50 years now, and to have those guys leading all these things, it's been a tremendous honor to be part of that group.
All right, Josh Richter, thanks for joining us
on
Finding Fairways. Thanks for having Finding Fairways. I don't know if we'd have a program if it wasn't for our association with Boyne. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com.
Twin Birch Golf Club in Kalkaska is preparing for a spectacular golf season, and you should too. The Twin Birch Clubhouse restaurant has quickly become a local favorite, with a lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch menu full of classic favorites, made with the freshest ingredients. See all the affordable membership options at twinbirchgolf.com, or save even more when you purchase Twin Birch Golf at qdealsmi.com. qdealsmi.com. See one of Northern Michigan's greatest golf values at twinbirchgolf.com.
Quit wasting time putting around and meet us at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley, Michigan. Wild Bluff is a championship golf course with breathtaking views overlooking Lake Superior, with a full-length driving range, chipping area, and large putting green. Visit our fully stocked pro shop for featured golf apparel and equipment, or come to the loft to wine and dine like a pro. Like us on Facebook or visit baymillscasinos.com for more information. Your fairway to heaven starts here.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of Northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air, and online at shantycreek.com.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by Boyne Golf. Jerry Coyne is at the Epson Pro-Am with our pro, Laura Wearn.
Hello.
Laura Wearn. Learn it.
Learn with Wearn.
That's Dean Bach.
How do?
That's Jim Jeffries.
Howdy.
We will be checking in with you, especially when we make a lot of birdies. Here we go, Dino. Stand behind it.
Bravo.
Welcome back to Finding Fairways here on Up North Sports Radio, continuing our Pro-Am event at the Heathers course. My partner in crime, Dean Bach.
I think it went in the hole and bounced out. That's what I think happened. Does that count?
I think you were screwed.
I think I got screwed, but you know, what is that, 8 inches?
Well, we make sure that...
Looks like about 10 feet to me.
Dave, unless somebody cans one.
I don't know, was he going to win the McLaren clubs if he had the hole-in-one? You actually hit a McLaren iron, didn't you?
I might have to test the McLaren irons out a little bit more because that felt really good. And obviously the result was pretty good. See where the ball mark is?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty tight.
I like your chances of winning the Prox. I mean, it's my phone. Oh, no. Oops, here we go. All right, we've got a couple of minutes here. We're on number 8 at the Heathers course with our pro, Laura Wearn. Laura, did I get it right this time?
You got it right.
Wow, okay. So I was asking you a few questions that I always like to ask professionals. Your lowest score in competition?
My lowest score in competition is a 63, but I'm hoping I can change that in the near future.
61 here.
That sounds like a good plan, yeah.
How did you do in that tournament?
I finished second in the tournament.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a lot of good golf, some up and some down, but that was a really fun round, and I would love to have another one of those.
And she won't talk about it, but she shot a 59 with her mom.
I did. I don't know if it really counts. It was from the forward tees. But,
if you'd had a hole-in-one during that, would have it counted?
Right.
Okay, so there
right.
you go.
So,
all right.
Yeah, that was
I mean, as long as there wasn't a clown's mouth, it counts.
That's true.
So I'm assuming you've attempted qualifying for the Women's U.S. Open.
I did, yes.
How many times?
Oof. I don't know the answer to that. Probably...
At least 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, probably at least that, yeah.
What's the farthest you've made?
The farthest, well, I've never made it.
Through sectionals.
Well, we only have one qualifier. It's a 36-hole qualifier, one day, and I'd say at most sites the top 2 players go. Sometimes there's a few more, even one. So you definitely.
So it's not set up like the men's where you have regionals, sectionals, and.
Yeah, it's just one day, 36 holes, and 2 qualifiers.
Have at it.
Mm-hmm.
We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been great.
All right.
There we go.
Fantastic. Get as little as my face as possible in here. All right. Team Wearn. Did I get it right?
Wearn.
That's close enough.
Oh. Here we are in the second hole with Team Wearn. Dean Bach, Jim Jeffries, and yours truly. What a day we had. Thank you, Laura. Your playing was magnificent. I mean, one fairway missed, the last fairway of the day. Tell us about the golf course and what you are expecting starting on Friday.
It's an awesome golf course. It has some of everything. It requires a lot of different shots. The greens are rolling really well. I think they'll continue to get even quicker throughout the week, and we're really lucky to be here. So I'd expect to see some good scores, but it's also going to be a challenge. If you hit it in the rough, it's thick, and so fairways are a premium, but it's going to be a great week for sure.
What'd you learn about your game here playing with, 3 stumble bums?
I mean, I was inspired today. We've got our designated putter, Jim, and everybody hit some really good shots, so it was fun to see.
Jim?
Did have the putter working today.
Jim
I'll
had the
keep
putter
that in the
working
bag.
today.
I will thank my host, Mr. Rocco Cioni from Blarney Stone Broadcasting.
101 WGRY. We'll get Laura to have this down by the end of the weekend.
That's right.
Dean, at Properties, Christie International.
Great time had by all, and I'm looking forward to a great season of golf in Northern Michigan. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much. Pleasure staying in a cart with you for 18 holes and learning what goes on between the ears of a professional. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, she was just a delight. I mean, politeness. You know, you play fast.
Yeah.
I like you didn't even look at that last putt. Maybe you're just like, I got to get away from these guys.
No, it was good. We had the lines. We were rolling. Just a great day. Y'all were awesome to be with. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, we will be glued to the Epson Tour screen, and let's win this event. Win the Great Lakes Cup.
Let's do it.
There's some big time dollars on that thing.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right. Thanks for joining us here on Finding Fairways. As we like to say, find a fairway of your own, stick a peg in the ground, and pound it down the middle. We'll be back with you here next week on Up North Sports Radio's Finding Fairways, brought to us by BoyneGolf.com. That we had on Wednesday at the Epson Tour Pro-Am, the Heathers course at Boyne Highlands. Again, just the biggest shout out to Laura Wearn, our pro. She'll be playing in the event beginning on Friday, and we wish her all the success in the world. We were lucky enough to play in last year's Pro-Am with Leah John, who ended up winning the last event on the Epson Tour last year, and then she made it through Q School, and she's playing on the LPGA Tour this year. So that's what we're really focused on, is to see Laura get enough points to make the promotion or make it through Q School this year. Before we get to our segment of the third hole at Wild Bluff Golf Course at Bay Mills, I want to again encourage you to play in the Christian Help Center golf outing happening on June 27th at Grayling Country Club. It's just $65 per player. That includes lunch and dinner, 18 holes with cart on the great Grayling Country Club golf course. It goes to help support the Christian Help Center and the food pantry, which is serving over 250 people in Crawford County. We all know that these are tough economic times, and trip to the grocery store is not cheap. A lot of families depending on the foodstuffs they get from the help center. So enjoy a round of golf and do something good for the community. Now, let's take a look at the video that we shot up at Brimley, Michigan, Bay Mills Resort and Casino with head pro Matt Phipps.
We're here at number 3 at Wild Bluff Golf Course in Brimley with Matt Phipps. And Matt, we decided to go to the back tees, and the next 3 par 4s are all man size from the back.
They are. Number 3 in particular, in my opinion, the hardest hole on the course. 468 from back here. Little dog leg, trouble on both sides. So even if you manage to get in the fairway, you got a long way home.
I was going to say, it looks like there's still a fair amount of width in this fairway.
There is.
If I had to play it, I'd probably play a hook off that right corner.
I like to, if you kind of go straight towards that dead tree, it's too long for me anyways. I can't hit it through the fairway. So
have at it, pro.
I swear there's a magnet on that right side that likes to gobble up your golf ball. Oh no, that's no good.
That may cause a spot of bother. Let's see where Matt ends up on the right side here at number 3. Well, Matt, maybe we should have played the white tees.
Should have.
We're in a spot of bother here over on the right rough. Not really the rough right now, but you're thinking, I mean, come on, let's see it. Can't we hit a hero shot like a low 2-iron Tiger cut?
I don't have it. No, missed to the right here. This is
take your medicine.
Yeah, I always play this as a par 4.5 anyway. So
all right.
Just to punch out and see if we can make a bogey out of it.
As Matt said, good thing we got a birdie in our pocket off number 1. There you go. That's good. Just about 100 yards here. Don't run through the other end. .142 shot. What was that, Matt? 8-iron?
9-iron.
9-iron.
Get up there.
Get there. That's excellent shot.
Okay. Chance to save a par.
Yeah, should. Looks like about 10 feet. Let's check it out.
All right.
A par putt here at number 3 at Wild Bluff. I bet you this would be a hell of a lot harder putt, Matt, in August.
Sure would be. a lot faster. A little bit downhill here. Should move a little to the left.
All right. Course looks great, though.
Yeah, it's in really good condition.
There we go. Turn. Turn.
Well, didn't turn.
Boy, straight as an arrow. All right.
All right. Bogey it is.
Bogey for Matt at number 3. Another beautiful green complex, though.
Imagine your ultimate golf experience. There's a good chance it's Michigan's Magnificent 11. 11 spectacular courses from Boyne Golf, varied in both topography and play. Boyne Golf was named the #1 best golf destination in USA Today Reader's Choice 2025. And the Highlands at Harbor Springs is the #2 golf resort in that same USA Today poll. The ultimate golf experience. That's Michigan's Magnificent 11.
Ian Murphy from the Iron Pig here. We spent a lot of time reinventing our space in downtown Gaylord. How long has it been since you were really excited about a cocktail and dining experience? Visit Prohibition on Main Street in Gaylord, open 4 to 10 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. The adventure begins as soon as you walk in the door. Magical house-made cocktails, unique and savory small plates you won't find anywhere else. Explore Prohibition.com and seriously shake up your social life.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination. Breathe in the glacial carved canvas of northern Michigan's finest golf courses and have your breath taken away by scenic vistas from tee to green. The perfect place to perfect your game in more ways than one. The waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. Escape every day. Discover the magic of 90 holes at one resort. Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
2, 1. Welcome back to Fairways here on Outdoor Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY, our YouTube and Facebook pages. Dan Pohl joining us from the Polecat, a very busy day at the Polecat. As usual, you guys do a lot of outings, man, a lot.
And we do a great job at them. So each individual, or the people that come back, they just say that, the treatment is fantastic. Our staff is, second to none as far as, just service and things like that. So this particular one with Wolverine Fire Protection, great group of individuals. I've gotten to know a lot of the guys over the years, so they keep coming back. So, we had a lot of rain last night. We were talking before that they went to the concert last night with Rick Springfield and Sammy Hagar's group. Hadn't never seen him, but at 77 and 78, those guys are doing pretty good. But had some rain afterwards, and the golf course is as good as it's going to be. We've had almost 4.5 inches in the last 3 days.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
So it's doing good though. We'll get them through.
Yeah, you got to check out Dan on in the Polecat Facebook page. What do you chicken strips today, Dan? After the hole-in-one and double bogey burger?
Actually, the one that's coming out here, I had a lesson in the morning yesterday. Was running around, like a chicken with my head cut off for a while, and then had another one, and so I ordered a chicken quesadilla with our special signature sauce, and fantastic. So not only are the burgers good, but
No, I'm going to
everything.
have to try that. I'm a chicken quesadilla guy. So JR and I were giving you the needle yesterday with your huge Facebook presence now.
Well, they thought it was a great idea to get me an intern that is in sports management from Central Michigan. And she is pushing the needle on certain things, adding specific, question, just bringing a new light. And I enjoy it.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun. And that's what the goal is. So unlike what they're going to run into at Shinnecock, this is the only fun that they're going to have, that we're going to have. They're going to be playing some difficult golf.
Maybe Sunday. Sunday looks like little wind and some sunshine, but today and Saturday look brutal out there. If you see, I've got my Shinnecock hat on. I played there in 2002, a lucky break to play out there. Mm-hmm. And man, that course is difficult. We played it during the club championship, and it was on the edge that day.
I played there in the Open. Back, I think I did.
80,
I think if I look
86,
if I look back, I think it was maybe the only Open that I missed the cut on. Not because of anything. What's that? Yeah, I think I missed it by a shot. But it was one of those golf courses where it didn't really favor anybody, and it didn't. And a good iron player could get kind of lost in the equation because you're aggressive on like 10, 11, some of those holes like that, and the ball. You put it in the wrong spot, you just weren't going to, they keep talking about a great short game and a creative short game. Some cases, it's more or less 10 and 12 and 15 footers for pars if you miss the green. So as creative as you may be, the putts that you're going to have to make to save those pars and to keep rounds going are going to be as critical as, number one, where you miss the green and how many you miss.
Well, it made sense that Ray Floyd won that year because Ray Floyd was one of the greatest clutch putters of all time. During his career in Ryder Cups, unbelievably great putter, great short game. And then Corey Pavin wins in 96, another great short game player. Now, you wouldn't say Koepka is fantastic short player, but, he got up and down enough in 2018. So
well, and sometimes you can muscle a course. Sometimes you can get around and get there. I would say that when you go back to Raymond, he was probably the best player I ever played with or saw that did things on the ground. When I say that, chipping and around greens and stuff, notoriously guys are using what? Sand wedges and stuff now, and it's high and it's it's soft and things. He could take those 5-iron, 6-iron, 7-irons and bump those and round greens. He was just very creative and very capable of doing. A lot of guys, when you start chipping with 5-irons, I see younger players now 10 feet off the green and a lot of green to work with, and they've got sand wedge and they're trying to take it a lot through the air, which is there's Mickelson and guys like that have been very good at it. But when we played with Raymond, you could always figure that he was going to be the guy that could create shots that you hadn't seen, that you wouldn't probably play yourself, which is a very unique talent in my mind from the standpoint of playing. I think like holes like 10 and 11. 11, I think, is the par 3 there, where if you knock it over the green, you got to be, you could chip it back in the bunker. You can leave it on the bank. There's so many things that you can do.
Well, you played there in the, like you said, in the 86 Open. I don't know if you ever zigzagged it on that hole, but I did it 3 times out there where you get the runoff, you try to chip it up, it comes back to your feet, then you hit it too hard, and you're in the bunker on the other side, and Joe Blow, Jerry Coyne shoots an 8.
Yeah, and you look at these little short holes, and it's not a difficult overall driving experience, except for what they're going to experience with the wind. But you get a hole like 10, and you drive it down there, and you get one, a chance to hit a sand wedge to a pin that looks like it's just sitting there, and all of a sudden, you hit a good shot, and all of a sudden you see the ball creeping and down, and all of a sudden it's back, 20 yards in front of you. That 60, 70 foot bank that's in front. If you've played there enough times, I don't think there's anybody that hasn't had one come back almost to their feet or at least somewhere down into that area. And then you hope you get a decent lie from there because there's so many divots and everything else. But I think what's going to happen this week is, that we talk about luck of the draw, whatever it may be, late, early, late.
Late, early.
The mention of the possible wind speeds this afternoon to a point where, they could shut her down.
We're watching here on Thursday morning, and they're getting gusts up to 25 now, and there's predicted 36, 45 mile an hour gusts. Now, I played, and we talked about this. Your one experience at the Open Championship. The worst conditions I ever played in were at Harbor Shores about 3 years ago, and it's coming off Lake Michigan, and boy, was it, but it's fun. I don't know if it's fun when you're playing for money, but and you, I mean, we are one of the great ball strikers in golf history. There's some enjoyment about figuring in all these other equations and then pulling off the shot in your mind. There's something really enjoyable about that, Dan.
There is, and also the ones that don't fit your eye or don't fit your level of, maybe in a cutter, or, if the wind's coming off my left, the pin's left, just, being able to play away from pins, being smart. It really challenges you more from that. And I think, a lot of people are talking about how Scotty, will be affected by the left to right wind with dogleg lefts maybe, where he's going to miss a lot of fairways most likely on the right side. Is that a super bad thing, depending on where those holes are hole locations are? I think this is going to be the biggest challenge for the USGA that they've had in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking at history. They're looking at all of the things that they might have been considered mistakes when Goosen and Mickelson and them were putting it, wherever. And so I think they're going to. Well, I haven't seen much of we've been pretty busy this morning here, so I haven't got a chance to look at the green sites. But if they're receptive and they're holding,
they put the pins in as easy. They showed the pin sheet late last night, and almost every one of them are in the center of the green. They did not leave anything to chance. And who knows, like you said, will they blow the whistle just because the wind? If the balls start blowing off the greens, they've got to stop the tournament.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting. I mean, there's no way you can fight with Mother Nature, same way we're running with water and things like that. But these guys will adapt. They understand that maybe 75 is a great score, maybe 73, maybe. It doesn't mean that me. I don't follow statistics very much, but I did see something very interesting on Pardon the Interruption yesterday when they had Brandel Chambly on, and Brandel brought up a point of. And I actually was asking our staff, I said, guys, I got a lot of good players in our cart staff. And I said, guys, what do you think out of 72 holes, the people who have won the U.S. Open at Shinnecock, what's the most greens anybody has hit in regulation out of those 72 holes?
I saw this. Yeah, what is it? It's
42.
Like 42.
And I was like, boy, when you think of 30 times you had to be creative and figure out how many times getting it up and down around there, maybe, if you did it half the time, but that's still 15 bogeys or potential bogeys that you're going to make. Those are tough to make up for. So that's what will be very interesting to me, is just watching these players deal with those aspects of it.
I got one last question for you. I know you got to get back out to the group, but as we were talking a few minutes ago about, hitting a shot into a green, missing that edge and having the ball come back to your feet. As a professional, does that rattle you at all, or is it just like one of those rub of the green things? Because, man, that's one of the most embarrassing things for an amateur. I played at Kingsley Club, and you put the ball off the green, it comes back up to you and everything else. And you're playing with other guys, and you're like, geez, like you want to run and hide. And so when that happens as a pro, is it that easy to just shake off?
No, it's never easy to do that. It's very, it ticks you off, but you understand it. And you know that as most, we can talk about all we want, everybody's playing under most of the time the same conditions. So during that time, the difference for us is, what part of the round is it in? I've always thought that if you could, middle of the round, you can kind of got some holes that you can play in. It kind of
Right.
it really depends. If you started out and you had it roll back on your first hole, you're going to go, okay, is this the day it's going to be? But all of a sudden, if you get into the round and you know what the conditions are, you can see on the board that is, that people are struggling with, and you know that's going to happen. I think we're very cognizant of that being part of the day's play. It doesn't make it any easier. I don't think there's one tour player that, they might try to laugh it off, but deep down they want to take the USGA official and get him down on the ground and say, okay, why is this? But it's the function of the golf course too. I mean, you're not going to see that at Wingfoot. You're not going to see it at Baltusrol and the old Northeast courses because they're bumped up and you got deep rough around the corners. You don't have so many false fronts and false sides. That's what's interesting about Shinnecock is that even though it's an older course, it's one of the premier kind of
link style, American links,
roll-off golf courses where if you haven't had a chance to play with it, obviously you playing it gives you a great perspective of how difficult some of those, flying
More and more courses are doing this. This is Gil Hance has been doing this to a lot of golf courses. This is what he did to Oakland Hills. We played it. There was a lot of runoffs on those edges, and that just seems to be the new U.S. Open.
I'm not a big lover of that. I think it defeats the purpose of being able to hit a distance. And when you're a yard off. What's the severity? Yeah, if you're 5, 8, 10 yards short or long or side to side, sure, you do expectations. But I've never believed if you hit a quality enough shot that should be in that 12, 15-foot range, and all of a sudden it takes off and rides itself back on a roller coaster going somewhere else. And and you can see that the redo of Aronimink. I think everybody was kind of questioning where it was going to be and how it was going to play. I don't know that anybody just said, man, that's exactly what, we were looking for.
We wanted.
That's what we wanted. And that's a good word. Is that the goal of the USGA or any major championship to have that kind of play? I think that's not good for the game.
Dan Pohl, thanks for joining us on Finding Fairways, and we'll see how dangerous it gets out at Shinnecock.
Yeah, let's keep her down to about 40 and see how they do.
Yeah, let's see. The winning score doesn't need to be 80 on the last day.
No. But always a pleasure to be with you and you folks up north and coming down. Join us at the Polecat, but most important, find a tee box, tee it up, and do whatever it is you do.
Happy Father's Day. I saw your Father's Day joke thing. You've got a great deal. So go to the Polecat. What's the website?
It's a good question. Probably polecat.net or something.
Polecat Golf. Just type in Polecat Golf, folks. You'll see a fantastic deal for Father's Day.
We'd love to have you.
All right. Thank you,
Take care, buddy.